Hi everyone, it's Liz, the Frugal Libertarian from frugallibertarian.com, and it is Monday, so I'm going to be giving you my product review. Over this last summer, I started really getting into organization, and one of the things I was impressed with for myself is that for the most part, the organization I did has actually functioned and is still functioning today without me having to do anything to it, which I think is pretty awesome. One of the things that I was looking at was organizational supplies that were budget friendly, because we do not have a large budget for me to go out and go to, I don't know, the Container Store and just buy a ton of stuff. We don't have that kind of budget. We only have the budget for me to go to Target and buy a ton of stuff. So most of the stuff I was getting was from Dollar Tree, or other discount places. I did get some stuff from Target that was cheap. I got some stuff from Walmart that was cheap. I was really looking for very inexpensive solutions. One of the things I was trying to find a solution for was my shoe collection. Years ago, I built these kind of shelves in our closet, and I say built as a loose term. Basically, it's a bunch of 2x6s with bricks holding them up and separating them to create a shelving system. I did it on the cheap. We already had the bricks. I just went to Home Depot, had them cut up the board in the dimensions I wanted. It was super cheap to do it that way. And that's the way I've been storing my shoes ever since. However, it's great for display. It's great as storage for getting shoes out of the way and keeping them in place and tidy that way, but it's absolute murder when it comes to dust, especially shoes you don't wear all the time, like my really super fancy shoes, like my really sparkly high heels, things like that are a lot of fun and you don't want to have them ruined, but you know, they're just going to sit there for a long time between wearings, and the next time you go to wear them, they're kind of covered in dust and you have to dust them off. I looked at other people's organizational videos about their closets. Most of what they were using to organize shoes were the plastic shoe boxes you can get really cheaply, either just at Dollar Tree or at, like, say Walmart or Target or Home Depot. Something along the lines of this. And this is a Sterilite plastic quote shoebox. I picked it up at Walmart. I believe it was 94 or 96 cents. So super cheap. I mean, the top is pretty good. It stays on pretty well. It clicks into place. So this would seem like the obvious solution because it's inexpensive. It'll keep them contained. They won't get dusty. Here's the problem with a container like this. Think of all the places you walk and the stuff that you could be picking up on your shoes. You're then going to seal them in a plastic container where they will get no airflow, and any moisture that's still in the shoe is going to cause stuff to grow. That is the problem with these plastic bins. Shoes need to air. They need to air out so that they can return back to their original shape if they've been stretched out at all when they were used. They need to have airflow so they can dry out, so that anything on them doesn't just start breeding and getting gross. If you put your shoes into an enclosed environment like a plastic bin, they can't air out. There's nothing to stop them from just growing and growing and growing and growing, and it so grosses me out. I know that leaving your shoes in their original boxes and the original cardboard is one of the best ways you can store them. It's free, it gives a good amount of airflow for your shoes, and it'll protect them from dust. However, with most of my shoes, that ship sailed a long time ago. Those boxes are long gone. We're talking 6, 7, 8 years ago. So those boxes are long gone, never coming back. I wanted something uniform for sort of the visual OCD, just wanted something kind of uniform. I knew that beyond the cardboard box, the next best thing to store a shoe in was a canvas shoebox with some form of ventilation window. However, once I Googled them, I realized they are really expensive. We're talking like $10 a box. It means if you have 10 shoes, 10 pairs of shoes, let's say that estimate, you're going to be shelling out $100 to house them. That's not money we had to spend. So we go to IKEA about once a year or so and look at different things. I went this year to look at the organizational supplies, and I bought a lot of them at the time that I'm using and I love. And I kind of made mental notes of different supplies that I saw but wasn't going to buy at the time because I had to think about them. And one of those things was these Skubb boxes. Now, the reason I have a package is when I came home and sat and thought about it and then looked at them online and then sat and thought about it and looked at them online again, I started to think more and more that this was a really good solution for my shoes. These come in packages of 4 for $8, making each individual box just $2. So let's go back to our original idea that if you had 10 pairs of shoes and you were buying each of the other boxes at $10 a box, you would be spending $100 to house all your shoes. Because these come in packages of 4, you'd have to buy 3 and you'd have 2 extra shoe boxes hanging around to be used either for some other kind of storage or for future shoes. And it would cost you $24. That is a $76 savings. That's pretty good. Now, these are a nylon canvas, which normally would be a little worrisome because nylon isn't as breathable as some of the more cotton canvases. But what makes this one special is that it has a front door with mesh so that the air can flow in it. So they have a zipper in the back, which when zipped, holds it square. That's what keeps it in a squared shape, unlike how it traveled, which is flat. And like I said, they have this mesh door in the front that closes with Velcro at the bottom, so the front looks like that. You can stack them up on top of each other. With shoes in them, when I tried to stack them up, by the time I got to 3 stacked on top of each other, they started to no longer be square. The weight of them alone was starting to make them kind of go sideways like that. So I would say if you're gonna be stacking them, I would limit it to 2 per stack. However, right now at least, they're still just sitting on my wood shelf, so they're not stacked up, so they're holding up wonderfully. Basically, when you have them stored like this, you just go to the front, rip it open, grab your shoes out, and then close it back up, which is so unbelievably easy. I mean, if you have these kinds of containers as well and you have them stacked together, you have to get one out from under the stack to be able to pop the lid open. That's a lot of work if you do have them stacked up. This way, you don't have to pull it out, you just open the door, which is exactly what I do. So the pros are definitely the construction, the fact that they are only $2 a box, and that they have the door in front with the mesh so your shoes will get air. Of course, you could use other things in here. You don't have to put shoes in them, but that's what I think they're doing a phenomenal job housing. The negative for me is really only the fact that, again, you can't totally stack them on top of each other. I think you might be able to if you had really light shoes, but if you have things like pumps or boots or anything really heavy, it's too much weight for it to withstand more than, I would say, 3. I think 3 is kind of the max of them stacked on top of each other. The other con is at least in the black. And I'm not sure, I believe they also sold these in white. I'm not sure how it would work with the white, but in black, you really can't see through the mesh really easily or well to see the shoes that are inside. So you have to label. And the nylon canvas that's here, my label maker labels just would not attach to. So I ended up printing them out and then taping them on, which actually worked. I used Scotch tape. I figured I would actually go and get a box with my shoes in it to kind of show you what I'm talking about. So this is a box that's right out of my closet. You can see I put labeled L sparkle heels because L for Liz. We have some boxes with my husband's shoes in them, so they're marked M for Marco. But if you look, they're in there, but they're really hard to see. So when they're in your dark closet, it's almost impossible. So then rip them open and the shoes come out and look fantastic. So I wanted to give you an idea of what I meant when I said they were really dark and they were difficult to see the shoes inside and how to get the labels. So again, the label is taped on. So that is my review of the IKEA Skubb boxes for shoes, 4 of them for $8. I forgot to mention it at the beginning of the video. This is not a sponsored video. IKEA did not send me these. I do not have any deal with IKEA. I actually purchased these on the website and had them shipped to me, and I just love them, and I think they're awesome for the job they're doing. And I think if you're organizing your closet and you're looking for a box for your shoes, these are an excellent option. So I figured I would do the review so that you guys could have my opinion and could go and make your own opinion. But no, I'm not receiving any money from IKEA for saying this. If you click the link I have below and go to IKEA and buy them for yourself, it's just the IKEA link. It's not an affiliate link. So please keep that in mind. This is an honest review. I'm not being compensated in any way. So that is my Monday review. I will see you in a couple of days for my Wednesday topic. This week's topic is going to be ANCAP versus ANCOM. If you don't know what those are, please check out that video and you will find out. I'll talk to you soon. I am Liz, the Frugal Libertarian from frugallibertarian.com. Please hit subscribe. Bye.